YouTube, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Slotted in There, your lovely weekly tech show, which has a bit of tech from all around the world, things like that, old, new, all exciting, and of course gaming. And we solve your problems. There's many things, and if you've seen the show, you know what it's all about. As always, to help me on this tech journey and gaming brilliance journey is my two compatriots, Damien and Tim.
Ew.
Oh,
So how have we been this week, gentlemen?
Bloody marvellous.
super.
Super. We all seem thrilled and ready for another
How-
exciting episode.
How about yourself, Chris? How have you been?
I've been all right, actually. Do you know, I thought I'd change my background because there was a bit of a clash in the last episode I thought. And I've done it, as you might know, the eagle eye view will notice it's Emerald Hill Zone from Sonic 2. And the reason I did that is because this week I thought I like a bit of Mega Drive. But instead of whipping out the old Mega Drive itself, I have my PS4 set up easily in the house. And I have a Mega Drive collection on that. So I thought I'd play a bit of Sonic on that this week. But I don't know, the game I thought was really rubbish, like the actual collection, because I was trying to play Sonic and it was really slow and juddering along Sonic, you know, like a really, really slow and terrible. And I thought, oh, well, this game's broken. Does it need to do an update and everything? And do you know what the reason was in the end? Because I figured it all out.
Go on then.
Turns out Sonic was just a bit blue. That was great. That was good. You like that one anyway. Let's get into it. Okay, so this part of the show is where we go through the games we played this week individually, and we find out, talk about them, see if you like them or you're interested, and anything exciting like that. Who wants to start this week? I think we'll go with Tim. What have you been playing?
Well, this week I have been playing a game that I found. Well, I'd seen some videos for it, and I got kind of interested, and then I found it on Xbox Game Pass, which I already subscribed to, and it's called Humanity. Oh, the huge manatee! It's Humanity. This is a puzzle-solving game, similar to Lemmings, but with a third dimension. It employs crowd sims to great effect, and you play the part of a dog made of light with a somewhat dubious breathing animation. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. Stop doing that to the sofa. To get a feel for the game, let's look at a puzzle. Spoiler alert, I will be showing the solution to this puzzle at the end, so you have been warned, but it's one of the simpler puzzles, so hopefully I'm not ruining anything for anyone. Take the controls that it presents you at the top of the screen to complete the puzzle. You have to place them around the board, and that will eventually lead your humans to their salvation. You place your controls down by sitting and barking. And in this particular puzzle, I can't interact with it once it begins. So the path has to be right from the outset. Here we can see as the humans hit an arrow, they will change direction. They will also push these large blocks around. Now obviously I want this block to go straight on. However, you can see I have run into a problem. But the game is very forgiving, and it doesn't really matter if your humans fall off the side, or indeed your dog. The game will allow you the option to retry while keeping the commands from the previous attempt, should you choose to. There are also goldies in each level, these golden humans you can see here, and they are an extra goal in some levels, but necessary to complete some levels like this one. All in all, I would say that this is an incredibly peaceful game to play. It's relaxing, there are no major consequences to getting things wrong, and if you, like I, have a busy mind, this is actually a very cathartic and therapeutic game. It also has a VR mode, which I've yet to try, so I'm looking forward to that. And that, my friends, is Humanity.
So that looks a very interesting game there, Tim. And I've sort of on my street, but I have a bit of a query because you did say in it that it doesn't matter if you kill humans or dogs. And I think we might have
To the
human
game.
rights people on us and RSPCA with those sort of comments.
No. It's all just in game. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing that for real. It can land you in some hot water, depending on how good you are at it, I suppose. But that's not really the point. The point is that in the game, there are no real consequences to losing the character that you play as, which is the dog, or the humans that are being moved around the map, however you choose to.
Yeah. I mean, it looked quite a nice puzzle game. Actually, I think I really enjoyed. But I did actually think Damien would probably hate that. What do you think, Damien?
I think I would probably hate it. But what was it like being in charge of so many little people?
Oh, the power went to my head. I mean, the game has a slightly odd, well, certainly the way it starts out, it's slightly odd because it does have this sort of godlike voice that you keep hearing, which gives you these commands, and it all feels a bit sort of, I don't know, hippie-ish to me. But as you progress through the game, then you get different voices that interact with you, and they have different characters. So it's not all just this sort of godlike spiritual character that you start with. It slowly morphs into slightly more rebellious characters, I suppose is the way to put it.
Fair enough. Found it. Yeah. Well, it looked quite good. Yep. Looked a very good game. Do you want to do your game next, Damien?
Yeah, well, I've had a little trip into the indie developers and something that provides a little bit of humor, dark humor, I suppose you would probably go with. And it was Toilet Chronicles. Toilet Chronicles is a single player playthrough puzzle adventure. An indie developed game that's wacky, weird, and on the Stanley Parable scale. The humour within will make you chuckle, but what happens seems to have a sinister plot. You start the game in a mystical setting of a public restroom. All you need to do now is, well, start with a poopity doopity, have a cry, and then leave. Simple, right? Well, no. It's at this moment it all starts to get weird. Once you sit on the throne and the cubicle neighbour asks for assistance, but not in a George Michael sense.
Hey buddy, any chance you got some toilet paper? Cause this shit is empty over here, partner. Thanks.
Following handwritten notes or bound telegrams, you need to work through the non-taxing puzzles and find your way out. However, with every choice you make, there is a consequence. A full playthrough is quite short, but this game has multiple endings, so if you're anything like me, you'll keep slogging away using the FAFO method until you get a happier ending. Get your mind out of the gutter, it's not that type of game. Jeez. This game only supports keyboard and mouse, but the control scheme is basic. Graphically, the cartoon style suits this genre of game, but I'm not sure how to class it other than a first-person action simulation with puzzle elements. It's a jovial and meme-riddled roller coaster and not meant to be taken seriously, and this makes the game so much fun and replayable. Specs-wise, to play this game, you don't need anything too modern. A mid-spec toaster should be more than capable of completing the recommended system requirements. And at the price of a pint in a pub these days, it's worth picking up. It also offers a free DLC pack to which extends the story and bad memes.
So, Damien, you say it had a slightly dark sense of humor. I'd be more inclined to say it's got kind of a toilet sense of humor.
There are a few poopy puns to have with this one, yes.
But in fairness to it, it does look like it's quite good fun. It's a light-hearted sort of jab at puzzle games, but more like a love letter to rather than taking the mickey.
Yes. If it had been more of a puzzle game, it wouldn't have lasted that long. I'll be honest with you. I don't have the time patience for developing brain cells to actually get somewhere with a puzzle game. But with 16 different endings, it's one of those where you just have to keep going and like I said, Fafa.
Anyway, moving swiftly on, I guess, to my game this week, which was, I'm going to have to find the pronunciation. Can anyone remember the game I played? Because I can't pronounce it.
Pinaku?
Pikanui? Pikanui. Do you know what? We're going to roll a VT because I say it correctly in there. So I played this game. So Pikaniku, if that's how you pronounce it correctly. Yeah, it's a fun little game. It's very colourful. It's very vibrant. When my wife came in, she was like, "Why are you playing the Mr. Men? Because it looks that colourful and those sort of shapes, isn't it? That sort of art style." It's really cool. It's very funny. It's a very humorous game. If you're into your Monty Python sort of humour and very British humour, I'd say, even though I'm sure it's made by a French developer, it's a very sort of British Monty Python-esque sort of funny in places. A very nice little humour. It's a little puzzle game, and you play as this big guy with two legs. That's it. And to solve puzzles, you can kick really far with your legs and jump over things and move objects around. So it's a very cool little game, and it's funny talking to the characters and make little jokes. The general plot is everything's being harvested in the world by this rich tycoon, so he's taking up all the corn and all the land, and actually nicking some people from the land as well, I think, at the same time. So yeah, there's lots of stuff going on there, and you're supposed to stop it all. It's a very short game, which I enjoy. I think it's only about 3.5 hours to do. But in that time, there's loads you want to do and loads of little collectibles. There's weird places to go. You go on some toast land, which I thought was amazing. And you play weird, stupid little games. There was like a basketball game kicking around and all that lot that I really couldn't do and infuriated me. But I kept going back to it because it was great. There's so much to do in this little game. And even when you completed it, I wanted to go back and find all the little secret areas and all that lot. So yeah, it's an absolutely brilliant game. And I would highly recommend you playing it.
Why are you playing these weird, stupid platformers?
They're good fun. They're good fun. People like them. I know it looks like it's aimed at a 3-year-old, but it's actually good, and it's got a lot of humour in there. Don't you like British Monty Python humour, you two? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, you'll like it, honestly.
I'm assuming you're sticking to child-friendly things because responsible adult.
Well, you'd think that. I mean, my kids are in bed actually when I actually get time to game, so it's me and I, and that's why I commented. My wife walked through and going, "Why am I playing the Mr. Men?" I'm like, "I'm not playing the Mr. Men. It's a serious adult game. Game Pass. It's come on." But anyway,
she's not wrong though.
She's well,
really does look like Mr. Tickle lost his arms.
It does, but it's quite funny. It's got a lot of good humour in it anyway, and I really enjoyed it. And it's nice and short, which I like, And there's got to be other people out there, so I help those people that like nice, short, funny games. But yeah, so well, I enjoyed it anyway, and I'd recommend other people play it as well. So there.
Fine, wives.
Each to their own.
Next up, we have What the Tech, and Chris has got something strange for us to look at, and Damien and I are going to have to try and guess what it is. You can play along with this one. Let's see how bad it is. Chris, what have you got for us?
So this is what I have for you this week, gentlemen. Feast your eyes upon this image and tell me what you think.
It's a tire.
It's a tire, apparently.
It's a tire. That's it.
Tim Start. It's a tire.
It looks like Lego tires or something like that.
Could be. It's an interesting
No.
Guess. What about you, Damien? Any thoughts?
I'm starting to really worry and wonder what the hell you keep looking at to find some of these weird and wonderful things. But I think
greatest tech in the world, mate.
I think Tim's onto something there with that, because that does look like a bit like molded plastic tire tread.
Fair enough. Then. So
Yeah,
we're going with tires
it's
already. Okay. Well, let's have a look at your options. So, is it a stamp used by government officials to quickly draw the underground routes on early maps? Is it an alarm clock on wheels that you need to chase around the bedroom to turn off in the morning? Or is it part of the smallest Lego model in the world that is as big as a flea?
See, I said Lego already, didn't I?
I'm going with B.
You did.
I'm going with B because that would be brilliant.
Alarm clock on
Now-
wheels.
Yeah, that would be it.
Would be good,
Now-
wouldn't it?
I want to go B, but as I said Lego right at the beginning, I'm going to go with C. But I'm inclined to think it's B. I think Damien's right on this one. I don't think I am.
I'm
Fair
not
enough.
often right, but when I am,
You're not tempted by the stamp used for underground routes? No?
No, I don't even know why you bother putting that in.
it's a red herring, that one, I think.
Oh.
Not even a red herring. I mean, it suggests that you might actually fall for that one, but no, it's definitely not A.
No, so we're too
B-
smart for this.
B's like 80%, C's like 20%. But because I said Lego, I'm going C.
So you're going C and Damien's going B. I
Yes.
can reveal the correct answer is it's B. It's an alarm clock on
Yes!
wheels that you need to chase around the bedroom to turn off in the morning.
I want one of those.
You want one of these. Basically, it's an alarm clock on wheels, isn't it? Like it says, and it's designed to make you get out of bed. It is designed so once you've hit the snooze once, I think you get one snooze. After that, when the alarm sort of goes off after that snooze, it starts rolling about the room, and it's got giant wheels. So if you've got it on the side of the bedside table, it won't break when it falls on the floor, but it just starts rolling off. And it's supposed to be programmed that it can roll around the room and go around objects and basically hide somewhere and set your alarm off really loud. So when you next hear the alarm going off, you're going to have to get out of bed and find it. And then I think it just rolls around the room erratically, so you can't really catch it.
What we'll do
I
is we'll
hate
leave a link in the description below. So if anybody wants to buy me one,
I mean, that's a solid idea, isn't it? You know, how you get freebies and everything like that. But yeah, brilliant.
I'd be more inclined to take the thing apart and use it to do something different. I don't think I'd want it as an alarm clock, but it might be quite fun for some other activity. Like you could put like a laser tag sensor on it and play laser
Right.
tag with it.
I mean,
That-
you could.
That would be something I would buy. That's the kind of
Okay.
dumb, useless, pointless rubbish that I would buy. That's too useful.
or you could have to shoot it to turn the alarm off. So find it and shoot it to turn the alarm off. Now that is better.
Yeah.
So wait.
Yeah,
So
'cause
you
you don't have to get
envision
up.
you've just woken up from a deep slumber and you're going to pull out your Uzi or something and try and shoot this moving object around your room just to stop the high pitched wail of an alarm.
Yes.
I've got images of like the Pink Panther stuff with Kato in my head now. The alarm goes off and you just immediately sat bolt upright in bed with your gun.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be an interesting sight to see, but I don't think I'd feel very comfortable each morning.
The people that make this, listen up. This is how you make your money.
Definitely.
Still want it.
Still want it. Brilliant. There you go. And that was What the Tech for this week. So this is the part of the show where we have a lovely discussion amongst ourselves about a sort of tech or gaming related topic. And this week's topic is, gentlemen, I'd like to know the first game that got you emotionally invested. Either, well, generally story-wise, and it could have just got you invested in another way, but it was one of those games that just drew you in. You got sucked in by the story of the characters that it's left a lasting effect on you. So, Damien, would you like to kick us off with your thoughts on this?
I will kick us off with this one. I'm going to go with the Gears of War original trilogy.
is a good trilogy.
That's the whole story written by, I believe it was Karen Travers. Absolutely epic. Develop the characters as you play through it, the symbolisms that are between them, Marcus and Dom being like brothers growing up together and everything. And then there's the whole other backstory of Dom looking for his wife. And then in episode 2, Gears of War 2, you find the wife, and then everything that happens in there, the emotional trauma. And then when you go into Gears of War 3 and Dom takes his last stand and you lose him. 3 highly charged emotional moments over all 3 of those epic games. They're just brilliant. The story, fantastic. The way it's written, and everything that goes in and around it and adds into the soup of the entire campaign, absolutely fantastic. And then there's Marcus with his daddy problems. It's just an epic story, an epic trilogy. Just don't bother with the rest of them.
No, I agree. I really enjoyed the first 3, and like I say, in the second one where that character finds their wife, you go looking for them. That's the sort of one scene when I think of a trilogy that actually sort of sticks with me. Going, that was pretty emotional.
My heart was in my mouth at that moment. It was just, and the way that it was portrayed, it was literally Hollywood movie kind of storytelling.
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
And the third one, the only thing with the third one though that I really remember is someone gets upset about their tomatoes. Is that Dom as well? For his last stand, he gets upset about his tomatoes.
It's Marcus. Marcus gets a little bit upset about having his tomatoes broken and things.
It sounds like a powerful story there. I mean, tomatoes, emotions, it's got everything.
It is actually a really emotional story. The whole trilogy, Damien is correct. And like I say, it has got some powerful moments in it. But yeah, I think you did come out of 3 going about that guy was really upset about his tomatoes. But there you go.
I've never played it.
Well, you are missing
spoilers. Missed out the best bit now about tomatoes. But there you go. But no, that's a really good one. Yeah, I totally agree with that one. Tim, would you like to share your gaming experience then you're mostly invested in?
Yes, I will. Shadow of the Colossus. Now, I've mentioned Shadow of the Colossus on the channel before. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Now, I will say that generally speaking, I don't go for story-heavy video games. If I want a story, I tend to sort of lean more towards sort of film and TV. But with Shadow of the Colossus, it's a slightly different kind of story. The problem that I find with story-driven narrative games, they have a tendency to spend a lot of time in cutscenes, and I just want to play the game. Whereas Shadow of the Colossus doesn't do that. It spends most of its time allowing you to play the game, and then you get a little bit with a little bit of explanation, and then you're straight back into the game. So the interesting thing about that is it forces us to make assumptions about the character. And I will say, spoiler alert, just in case anybody's planning on playing it, you might want to skip over this bit. But as you play along as this character trying to revive the love of your life, who's just sort of on this plinth at the front of this temple, you go off to fight these amazing colossal creatures, and you slowly learn that through the course of doing this, these things are just beautiful parts of nature. You're going out there and killing them to retrieve their life essence in order to revive your love. But you slowly start to realize that you're not the one just going rescuing this person. You are the one going to kill all these things. You're actually the villain of this world, not the hero. And that, I always think, is just a nice take, because there's very few games that allow you to play a full-on villain, the nasty character, the one that, and when you see people interviewed, actors interviewed in movies, they often relishing the opportunity to play the bad guy, to play a Bond villain or something like that. It's a much more interesting role and much more fun to play because you can just go over the top and go all out. I mean, this is a little bit more muted in that regard. Shadow of the Colossus is a bit more muted in that regard, but it is still quite a powerful emotional story because you're doing something good through doing something bad, and you're trying to determine, do the ends justify the means all through the story.
Yeah,
Powerful.
it is a classic, isn't it? Shadow of the Colossus. I haven't actually finished Shadow of the Colossus. Obviously, I know the whole story and what's going on with it. But I like Team Ico that did it. And if you've ever played Ico, which became before it, that was a lovely story as well.
Yeah.
And The Last Guardian, that quite a lot of people hate the game that came after it. I
Still not
absolutely
played
love
it.
that one.
I'd
I
really
really
like to
like
play
it.
that.
People don't like the mechanics, but again, the story, isn't it, that you go into? It's not as invested as Shadow of the Colossus. I think that's the middle one in the trilogy that obviously was the best story wise. But yeah, they're all really lovely games, isn't it? And obviously, it's been remastered and it's Shadow of the Colossus for a newer generation.
Yeah, for the PS4.
To
Yeah.
look at. Yeah, because it is just a classic game. Everybody sort of says so. Good choice, good choice. I got a bit stuck on this one because I get emotionally invested in any games. Sonic the Hedgehog can make me cry sometimes. It's just,
Made me
especially
cry.
poor Tails. Why is everybody beat down on the guy? Anyway, but what I'd suggest, there's two games I sort of went with. And this one I'm going to go with is Firewatch. Have any of you ever played Firewatch? Know anything about
I
it?
have
No.
actually, yes.
No.
I've actually completed Firewatch, weirdly. Yeah.
Weirdly.
Like I say, having given all the shebang about not playing story-driven games, but yeah, I have actually played that all the way through.
Play them all the time for World 2. Again, it's a very short game, but what I liked about Firewatch, also I went in with the style, but when you get into it straight away, when you start getting the backstory about the character, why he goes off, he basically goes off to be in a forest to do a fire watch. What happens in America, I think, all the time, especially. I think it's a few decades ago, it might have been in the 80s or something, if I recall, sort of time. But the reason he does that is because I think his wife's getting, is it dementia? She started to lose and forget stuff, and it's about that whole relationship. It whole sets up the scene how they meet together at the start, and then he's slowly losing her and all this lot. So he just sort of gets away with it. It's how you deal with the emotions. That's why he ends up in this situation. So it's you sort of emotionally invested with the character anyway, straight away. And then it's more about obviously some mystery happens, shall we say, in the game while he's on this fire watch. That has a lot of suspense in it, and it's his interactions with this other fire watch person in another tower that you generally only speak to over the radio, but you do end up feeling this huge bond and emotional link. And with these mysteries, when you find out what the end conclusion is to this mystery, what's going on, again, it's a very emotional. It's not what you suspect. Is what I said. It's a bit big twist. So yeah, it's a very good game, and obviously by the end, there's choices to be made, shall we say, without giving too much away, of what you could do. You could pick two options, and yeah, it's you get mostly invested. Going, should I go? I know I shouldn't pick that one, but I want to pick that one. It's one of them, and it was a difficult decision to really pick morally which one would you go with. I felt so. Yeah, in that sense, it was one of those games. Like I say, I really enjoyed it. It stuck with me because of that emotion going through it as well. What did you sort of think of it, Tim? Am I just rambling, or did you get a bit emotionally invested with it?
It was an interesting. One thing that I've long been interested in is like stories of survival. So
Mm.
there's TV series like I Should Have Died and that kind of stuff. They're miserable sounding TV series, but it's always fascinating stories of survival and how people overcame incredible odds. And this story kind of has a little bit of that, where you've got that horrible feeling of loneliness and isolation, but at the same time, this one little connection out there that you can hang on to, and it's these life hanging by a single thread kind of moments. Yeah, it does drive a whole range of emotions through you, and it really does force them on you in a very peculiar way. But yeah, I had a lot of I have pretty fond memories of playing it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very good. Yes, I really enjoyed it. So it's very emotional. So
I feel all the emotion
Oh,
right now.
feel all the emotion. We all got very emotional.
yes. How many emotions did you feel?
Oh,
All of it.
at least two.
All of them? Like two? Yeah, I was going to say like all three of them, like all of them.
All of them. All three?
Yeah, 3.
Wow,
Yeah,
your
3.
game is good.
Going to say it's a normal number of emotions that a human can feel, can't they? I mean, like, what are they? Like happiness, like hunger. There's probably another one, like looking or something. I don't know.
We'll find out.
Oh,
Find
all of the
out
emotions.
in the comments down below.
It's your letters, it's your letters. It's your letters, it's your letters.
Well, we're at that section again where we're going to handle and deal with one of our viewers' letters, and we'll hand it over in our usual style. Some say when he was born, he drove his parents home. Others say he can do a wheelie on a unicycle. All we know is he's the Gamesmeister.
Thank you, boys. On to this week's letter. And this week's letter comes from a rather infamous British politician. Let's see what he has to say. Here is this week's letter. Dear Slotty Tin Bear, I hope this letter finds you in good spirits and high scores. I'm reaching out to you today from the green and pleasant lands of England, where I've spent many a year enjoying the simple pleasures of life and politics. I've always had strong opinions and consider myself to be right in everything I do or say. I once told the nation I would save them £350 million a week to fund the NHS. But I must have got my sums wrong. Oops. I've also mentioned a few, perhaps not so politically friendly, comments in the past to the press. But someone's got to protect our shores, don't they? Now, I find myself at a crossroads, and who better to turn to than the trusted voices of the Slotty Tin There crew, whose gaming wisdom has guided me through countless quests and elections. My dilemma is thus. Should I continue on in politics or invest in the milkshake industry? As you well know, these shores have a rich history of dairy delights, and I am fiercely proud of our nation's contributions to the culinary world. Yet, the question remains. Is the milkshake market of castle worth storming, or should my dream be left for 10 down in the street? I eagerly await your counsel on this matter. Yours sincerely, NF. So there you have it. An interesting dilemma indeed. What do you think? Should our political friend continue his quest to dominate the UK political scene, or should he diversify and spend his time, money and effort in the dairy industry? Only the Slotty Tin There chaps can decide. And this week, the decision is to be made by Chris. Chris, this week you will be playing the Sega Mega Drive game Kid Chameleon from 1992. And your mission is to finish the first level, Blue Lake Woods, with just the 3 lives given. No continues in one run. Go!
Well, that's a rather interesting conundrum we have to deal with. When I say we, I actually mean Chris. So, how do you feel about this, Chris? And what's your choice?
I'd say he seems a bit misleading, really, in his attempts to get into 10 Down Street. I mean, he's tried to do some wheeling and dealing and tried to get in there, but it's clearly not worked. And it is a tough game to get in there, as some former short-lived prime ministers of recent years will probably contest to. So I'd probably guess he wants to get into the milkshake industry, get out of that politics. Everybody loves a bit of milk, a bit of milkshake and everything. So, going for that. So that's what I'd play for. That if I win, he should go into the milkshake industry.
Good choice. Oh, let's see how you did.
Kid Chameleon then. So we have to survive level 1 with how many lives we have? 3, I believe. Let's see how we get on. 1. Now, I've never played this game before. Can I jump on the valleys? Okay. Oh, so I've got a time limit. That's not good. Okay, I can jump on the heads then? Cool. Right. I probably shouldn't... Oh, I don't know if I can jump on the heads because I lost a bit of life there. Okay, I keep getting these. Okay. Oh, hello. Okay, can't get up there yet. Okay, so... Okay, so this is nice. I collect these. Hopefully they give me an extra life, you'd think, or something, but... Oh, okay. So I've got some armour. That's good. So that gives me a bit more of a chance. Oh, and I can jump higher. Okay, so... Enough collecting nice things, because that's not really what I'm supposed to be doing, is it? I'm just supposed to survive a level. What's down there? Oh, cool. So I can look down. Oh, it's all bouncy. Fair enough. Ooh. That's nice, isn't it? That's nice and bouncy. Right, let's have a little go then. Yeah, slowly down the hill, because I want to survive. That's bouncy. Oh. Hello, you. Jump on your head. Okay. Let's get some... There you go. I've got another thing. Helmet. So I need to jump on them. Okay. We're going okay so far. Oh, hello. Spoke too soon. Right, on the head. Got to the end of stage 1. Well, the first part of stage 1. Okay, Blue Lake Woods 2. Let's have a look. Let's see. That's good though. We didn't lose any lives. Ooh. Oh, I'm an ninja now. Have I got a sword? Oh, I've got a sword. Oh, and I can break rocks with it, so that's pretty cool. Oh, I just fell down. Oh no, I thought I just fell to my death. Okay, so that's gooey stuff. I don't want that. Okay, well, there we go. I mean, I don't need to collect. No way, mate. In your face. There you go. Oh, hello. There's like alien things coming out of it. I've got a sword now though, so I feel a bit more confident because I have a sword. Here we go. You guys. Well, I don't need to collect diamonds, but you just want to play the game and collect them. Let's forget it. Let's just power through. We just need to survive a level. Oh, you what's it? Okay, that took a bit of energy. Can I get energy back by hitting these things? Is it like Sonic when you get so many what's the word? Diamonds instead of rings? Oh, I can jump up there. He says I can jump up there. Oh, jumping. It's going to do me in. Here we go. I'm impressed that my sword can break the rock. That's pretty good. Oh, hello. Oh, those shooting things. That's going to get me, isn't it? Oh, hello. What's this? Oh, have I gone the wrong way? Okay, I'm stuck. Ooh. Oh no, it's a teleport. Okay, that's going to shoot stuff at me in a minute, isn't it? So I probably want to get over it. Oh no! I lost my ability. Okay. Now I've got to be careful. Unless I can find a samurai hat or something again. No samurai hat there. There's a monkey here, right. Jump. Oh! I pressed jump, but I clearly didn't press jump. Oh my god, I got... Oh! Died now. Right. That's one life. That's one life. Come on, Chris. Right, and you go all the way back here, right. Right, let's see. Can I go across... Oh, I can't go across the top, so I do need to go across the bottom. I'm just interested if the diamonds actually give me anything. So many of them. Like an extra life. Right, come here, monkey thing. Right. Let's get that. So how do I know which one shoot is the main question, isn't it? Oh, hello. Come on, you. Right. Oh, he shoots. How do I know which ones have guns in there? Just got to be careful. Right. Right. So there's one down here which has a gun in it, isn't there? You. Ooh, hit him on the head, Chris. Hello, what was this do? There was a secret one there. I didn't see that one. Was it secret? No, not really secret. Right, on the platform. And they'll just get transported. Right, this one had a gun. Oh no, this one doesn't have a gun. Right, here we go. Cool. Now we've got a sword. Ooh, went too quick into that one. Right, slow it down, slow it down. Ooh. Ooh, he's got a gun. Banged on his head, though. Alright, got a oh, there you go. That powered up my samurai. Right, he's okay. We can get him. Okay. Anything else up here? Ooh, I thought you would be. Oh, flag's there. Shouldn't have gone back to him. Get to the flag. Ooh, yeah. So I'm guessing, having not played this game before, that there's going to be a boss on level 3. Oh no, I passed it. I got to level 2. That's all I had to do, wasn't it? Hooray. Hooray. Yay for me. Yay for me. Some mad skills there, I think you're fine. But yeah. Won that challenge.
Why do I keep getting all the really, really hard retro games?
I think you'll find that. I think you'll find that was a really hard game, Tim. It's just I'm that good. I just made it look easy.
I disagree. I could have played that. But you see, what I think we should make Chris do on the next one is make him play a very current, up-to-date game. That's what we should do. Make it harder for him, because he's an expert in retro games. I'm terrible at them.
Let's give him something with a keyboard and a mouse.
Well, that's just not fair, is it? But I'll give it a go in good sportsmanship, isn't it?
You give me the retro stuff, man.
Yeah, well,
that's not fair.
Use the keyboard for that.
In all fairness, you did make that look a little bit too easy, Chris.
Well, yeah, but there you go. Which have had, but you know, ultimately, I won it, and an important decision was made. So, gonna go get out of that politics and get into a bit of a milkshake business. So, you know,
good.
Can go and
type of thing that looks good on him, I think.
Yeah, it always looks good. So that's the end of another exciting episode. I hope you enjoyed it and you enjoyed the lovely ride of tech and gaming goodness that we had along the way. Before we leave, as always, what do the viewers need to remember to do?
Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know what game hit you in the feels down in the comments.
And don't forget to tickle the bell. Just tickle the bell for all future notifications, so you'll know when we've uploaded again.
And just to end the episode, I thought we'd end the episode with a lovely quote from one of a brilliant person in the tech industry or inventor from the past, just to be inspiring to end the episode. And the one I picked from today is Thomas Edison, and it's a quote of, "Many of life's failures are people who did not realize how close they were to success when they gave up." So, Damien, when are you going to do that first level in 20 seconds on Sonic 2, Come on, mate. You're going to be a failure otherwise.
Right after you do the Dig Dug Clear the first level challenge, Matt.
Well, on that blue screen of death, that's the end. Until next week. Bye.
Bye.